it's Monday, October 26th, 2009. My name is Shanti, and this week we're talking about diets. What works, what doesn't, what works for you, and how do you transition into a new one? So this week we're talking about what diets have you done in the past, what diet are you currently on, and why did it work for you, and what suggestions would you have for someone who's looking for a diet, who's just starting out and really trying to figure out what they want to do. So I'll say, to preempt everything, I've tried almost everything. I didn't necessarily try them wholeheartedly, but I at least dabbled in almost everything. I tried South Beach because my friend was doing it. I never read the book. I didn't understand it. Didn't work for me. But I don't know that that's a knock on South Beach. That's a knock on my own mindset when I was trying to do it. I've done Atkins, and that was disastrous. I lost a lot of weight, but I was emotionally a wreck. I hated the way I was eating. I felt awful, very lethargic. Low carb just doesn't really work for me, at least not the way I was doing it. I've done Slim Fast, and I have done or tried a bunch of different diet pills, diet patches, etc., etc. Slim Fast diet, crazy fad diets of the Hollywood stars. I've kind of tried them all very half-heartedly through high school and some of college. I currently do calorie counting. Well, these last couple weeks I've been on what Nicole and Jason call the seafood diet, where I see food and I eat it. But up until recently, when I started to just do very poorly, and I am reining that back in now, I was on calorie counting. I am on calorie counting. Calorie counting worked for me because I was able to gradually move into being healthier. What I loved about calorie counting was that I could eat whatever I wanted within the confines of the calories I was allowed to eat that day. And I just love that because my life, especially as it was back then, traveling all the time and seeing friends all the time, I needed something where there was no specific foods, there was simply a limit on how much I could eat. And that really worked for me and still works for me. Even when I switched into non-processed eating, no preservatives, no artificial sugars, colors, flavors, and hopefully organic. And then when I moved into raw food eating, mostly raw food all throughout the day and then something healthy at night that's cooked, I liked that even though I was switching into these healthier and healthier modes of being, I was still on the same plan. I was still counting calories, and I could only eat as much as fit into this little calorie limit that I had every day. And I liked that it was very scientific. It makes sense. Calories in, calories out. Every plan, in essence, is a calorie counting plan. Even if they're completely different in how you're eating and what you're eating, in essence, you're just limiting calories, and with the low-carb diets, you're also limiting your carbs specifically, but it does make you limit your calories quite a bit. So I liked that because it was sort of just the basics. Nothing complicated. Energy in, energy out. Eat whatever you want within the confines. And you will find, if you are genuinely eating whatever you want, eventually you won't want to anymore. Because sometimes I would just eat pizza all day, or just eat brownies, and it would be within the calorie count. But after a couple days of that, you start to feel like crap, and you realize, I really can't eat this way. Yes, the calories are low, but I feel like crap. I don't have a lot of energy, and I don't feel like I'm eating any good food, So I liked that I sort of allowed myself this space in order to learn what worked and what didn't within my diet, which did eventually become more balanced and then more healthy and even more healthy, and I'm trying to get back into that. What advice would I give for someone who is looking for a plan? Baby steps. Baby steps. You've got to take it slow. If you think, for example, the raw food detox diet is a very appealing plan, you think it makes sense, it's healthy, and it's something that you would feel great doing, but right now you currently eat all fast food, not necessarily hamburgers, but all prepared food, very high calorie, high sodium. To jump into the raw food detox diet plan would be very unwise, because then it is a diet. It is extreme restriction upon your natural habits, and you're probably going to burn out and crash because it's such a transition. But let's say you went from eating all fast food to eating all healthy fast food or healthier options. And then from there, you started to go into, okay, what are really the calories here? And then I'm going to limit my portions of these healthier fast food options. And then from there, maybe you prepare breakfast at home. Maybe you start taking a lunch. Maybe you start just, still eating out for breakfast and lunch because you're out all day, but then making a healthy dinner. There is a way to transition yourself into something healthier. And it doesn't matter whether you're doing Weight Watchers or whether you're doing calorie counting or Atkins or South Beach, although those two are more restricted. Whether you're doing Jenny Craig, which will give you your food for you, or Nutrisystems, which will give you your food for you, although if you have to pick between the two, I would pick Jenny Craig because the food is better. Whatever it is, if you jump into something full tilt without understanding the implications of how this is going to work in your life, you'll probably fail. And that is not a diss to any person. That is simply the truth. So baby steps. If you're looking for a new plan, try to find something that will work with where you're at right now. Because ignoring where you're at right now is ignoring where you're coming from. And only in understanding and embracing where you are now can you then start to get better at it. So if you're looking for a new plan, stick around with us all week long, and at the end of the week, you're going to have a vast idea of what diets are out there, how people are living them in their regular lives, why they like them, and then you can begin to see which one you really think would fit in to what you're doing now, and how you could clearly transition between what you're doing now and what you want to be doing soon. I hope this video finds you in good health. Keep getting healthier, keep losing weight, and I will see you next Monday.